Okay, so today we have Void and Who Are You? So since I listened to or reviewed a Minor Threat track, somebody suggested this band, and just searching them up, I am intrigued. And also that apparently this was a band that didn't have too many long songs either, just like Minor Threat. So yeah, Who Are You? Also, I am under the weather, but I'm gonna get through this one, and my voice is not really intact, but I want to hear some Void, some hardcore punk, I guess. So let's get into it and talk about it after. All right. So Who Are You by Void. I so just right off the bat, it's been so long since I've listened to a band a hardcore punk, very hardcore, from this era, the early '80s there. Because again, the only band I guess I've really been exposed to that's kind of like this is Minor Threat, which I mean with the vocalist here, just maybe it's just the screaming, the yelling that he just kind of reminds me of Ian MacKaye, which is probably why. Because again, this is another band from the Washington D.C. area. So yeah, I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, I kind of got an Ian MacKaye kind of vibe, but maybe it's just because that's again Minor Threat's the only kind of other band I've heard that has songs like this. But anyway, so yeah, I just really enjoyed obviously the enthusiasm, I guess you could say, the and how the song just starts off. It's very you know unassuming, I guess you might say. It's very it's a terrifying kind of song. I can imagine if you're not into this music, and especially if it was when it was released, I think 1982, and you hear this be released, I can imagine, yeah, it's terrifying. Just again how it starts off, and I knew you have that feeling that something's going to drop here, they're going to go crazy. The amps are all the way up, it sounds like. The guitar is just wailing, and the singer here is just he's wailing too. He's just and I just love this whole this kind of music because it feels like they're really getting all of their emotions out. They're really telling you how you feel. And I mean, you talk about void. I mean, just obviously the term the void, whatever. Obviously, the emptiness. You kind of think of that. Emptiness. You kind of think of something not having what you want, kind of a thing. And so just with them being called void, you kind of get a feeling of what might happen. But you you don't know what that feeling is until you actually listen to the song. And I mean, like I was saying, I want to see these, the personnel here from Void, and also, which I never really, heard of this before, but this was a split album between two bands, two hardcore bands, I guess, from Void and Faith. And was searching this up. I was like, the Faith. I was just, because I searched "Who Are You" from Void, and then the Faith popped up. I said, "Who are the Faith?" And obviously, yeah, they, that's part of the two of them on the album, which I never really, saw that before, or whatever, two bands on the same album. So yeah, that's kind of cool, interesting. Anyway, so anyway, John, I want to say Weifenbach, on vocals here. Anyway, John was just going crazy. Again, you talk about who are you and why am I here? Almost, like an existential crisis he's going through, and how he talks. And I like, again, there's always so much, truth, always so much, because again, you might not understand, again, if you don't like this music, you might not understand what he's saying because, he's screaming and kind of, singing fast. But I just love some of these lines where he talks about, where was it here on the third verse? I want to say, say you want to hear my problems. My God, you're shocked when you find them out. And it's just like, that's just so, truthful. And I could just imagine, again, just this person that he's going at, or these people really, I mean, they better watch out. Holy crap. And he's holding nothing back. I leave no trust in you at all. Never know you might turn on me. So again, it's kind of, everything here is just, the paranoia that it sounds like, just the anger, the frustration, again, the emptiness that he has, it seems like, and then just that chorus, just over and over. Who are you and why am I here? Who are you and why am I here? It's just, there's not much about, the meaning of the track that I can find on Google or whatever. But I mean, I think it's kind of, it's another one of those tracks, especially for a band like this, for people this, this young, the whole point, kind of being relatable of, who are you and why am I here? Especially, those sentiments that you feel, especially when you're in like your early 20s or whatever, your late teens or something like that, that this band was at that point. But anyway, so yeah, I just really enjoyed John here on the vocals. He did a fantastic job of really getting all those emotions. That was just nuts. My God. Again, I'm sorry that I'm sick or whatever. John Dupree, who also went by Bubba. Now, actually, in high school, I went by Bubba as well, so that's kind of fun. Anyway, it was a nickname I got in middle school. But anyway, Bubba on guitar. On guitars here, not just one. Like I said, the guitars were wailing here. And again, the amps are so high. It's, the music almost overwhelmed the lyrics, but and again, that's just the whole point. I just love the don't give a fuckness of hardcore punk, I guess. It's just like, they just do what they want. And that's what the whole point of, being in a band or doing what you want, doing music that you like and that you want to do, that whole thing. And I feel like that they were really doing that here. Oh, and then Chris Stover, or maybe Stover, but I think it's Stover, on bass. The bass was unmissable here too. Everything on this track was just so raw and aggressive, obviously. And then Sean Finnegan on drums, and just that constant beating that that Sean was doing. It's just, John, Bubba, Chris, and Sean just they were just, on another level here. I mean, that, that I just can't get over, just how it starts off. And it's just so like, that weird sound at the beginning. And then it kind of spirals out of control. And then, the band just, I don't know, they just freaking, they did, like I said, they played their asses off. They really they really got their emotions out here, it seemed like. And they really just went to town on, again, these people, who are you and why am I here? It's just, again, that whole existential kind of thing. And, everything, and I like, just to look at the lyrics here, just because, this video is not too long anyway. I wake up and I see you every day, never hear a thing I say. So again, he's really, not, again, I don't know if this is a partner or what, but, he's kind of done with them. I come to you with all my problems. You don't care. You won't be bothered. So again, it's just like, who are you and why am I here? And it's talking about like, why am I, again, if you're talking about a relationship, why am I here? And who are you? You don't give a shit. It's just like, what are we doing? What am I doing here? It's just like, I got to get out of here. Bribe me if I use your car. Make me a fool. Make me a liar. How can I ever grow around people I don't know? Oh, again, these lines, it's just, because again, I don't feel like this kind of music, people, look at the lyricism and, enough. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I just feel like, lyricism here is also, it doesn't take a back seat, Again, the sound just punches you in the face, and the vocals are just coming at you too. But the lyricism here is very relatable and very punchy as well. And I just love the paranoia, the anger, the frustration, and everything that this man was going through. The repetition of who are you and why am I here? I just can't get at him. That's gonna probably be in my head for the rest of the night. I mean, my good God. But anyway, and I guess as this was one of the, because I see comments, 2 minutes and 21 seconds, I didn't know Void wrote such long songs. So again, I like that, just short, to the point. They got their emotions out again, like I've said for 100 times now. But anyway, I really enjoyed this. Again, I don't listen to enough hardcore, punk from this time, and it's just this is a great callback to my teenage years, really, when I was really into punk, but not really hardcore punk, more Sex Pistols and Clash or whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching. I guess I gotta say thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support, and thanks for requesting this as well. And again, I know I wasn't really gonna do a video because I'm sick, and I want people hearing me snorting and all this stuff, but I did one anyway, so hopefully it goes over well. But anyway, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.